Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I did these sunflower nails on myself, so if you want to see that, keep watching. Okay, so I'm just starting by pushing back all of my cuticles with this cuticle pusher. I think I got it from Amazon. And I'm doing both my hands. I only end up showing the acrylic on my left hand because my right hand got really messy and complicated and took a lot of time. But for the prep, I do prep both hands on camera. And then I'm taking my cuticle nippers and just clipping away all of the dead skin around my fingers. I don't do this on every nail, just the ones that are like noticeably have dry dead skin or a cuticle around it. And then I'm taking my e-file with a sanding band and just removing the shine off of all my nails. This was so difficult to do on my right hand because I'm only right-handed, I'm not left-handed, so I kept like nicking my skin, or like I couldn't get in all the spots. I had to keep like moving my hand in different directions. It was just really difficult, but I got it done. It was just really hard and annoying. I just need to keep practicing though, and then I'll get better at my right hand, hopefully. And I really wanted to try sculpting my nails with nail forms. This is the first time I've ever sculpted nails using nail forms. And these nail forms, I'm not even sure where they're from. I just had them. I don't know why, or like where I got them, but I think they're kind of similar to the young nails, like in the length and the shape, but I don't have the young nails nail form, so I couldn't be certain on that. Just from what I've seen in other videos, they look similar to them, and they don't have a brand name on them or anything, so I really do not know. I couldn't tell you where these are from, so sorry about that. But I am just putting those on all of my fingers. So now I am just prepping and priming all of my nail beds. And I started to film the application of acrylic, but it didn't work out so well. I did it like way too thin, and so the acrylic didn't really dry properly. It was still really bendy and stuff, so I had to kind of like put them all back on after I took them off and like redo them all like pretty much and make it thicker. And then once I took them off, I like would file them down a bit to get like the actual thickness that I wanted. So it was definitely a challenge, but I'm sure if I keep practicing I'll get better using nail forms, because this was my first time, like I said. Some of them were okay though the first time around. Like my thumb worked out perfect. Like it dried fine, and like I loved the C curve and like the shape and everything, but then some of the other ones were doing the weird bendy thing, but that's my fault. So then, because I wasn't perfect at the application, I need to go in and file the bottoms a bit because some of the acrylic like ran down the sides, and I was just doing that with my e-file mostly because I found that easier. And then I'm going in with regular hand file. And here's what they looked like after the second time using nail forms. And the nails I'm doing, I got the inspiration from this picture I saw on Instagram. It's by V Nailed It. I'm gonna put the name on the screen just so you can go check her out. I didn't end up doing the exact nails, but I just got the inspiration from that picture. And I needed a dark brown for the middle of the sunflower, so I'm just mixing a few of the different acrylic colors that I have because I didn't have a dark brown, and it actually turned out like the perfect color. So I'm glad I decided to do that instead of using like a lighter brown, because I was thinking about doing that, but this looked better, I think. So I'm just putting the like middle of the sunflower around like the center of my nail, a bit lower on my ring finger. And then I poked little holes using that toothpick thing just to give it some texture. And then I'm going in with a yellow acrylic and adding the petals of the sunflower. And once I'm done with the yellow, I'm just going in with some orange and putting that kind of in the center of the yellow, but like just a wash of it, not much at all, just to give it some dimension. Now I'm just planning out where to put the next center of the flower because I wanted to match up when I bent my fingers. That way it kind of just looked like one big flower when I put my fingers together. And then again, doing the same thing as the other flower, just going in with the yellow acrylic and adding all of the petals, and then going in with the orange and putting a little bit on the petals. Yellow and adding that to the tips of all my nails because I'm doing a yellow ombre, and I'm blending the yellow up towards my cuticle area. Then for the second color in the ombre, I'm going in with this super light nude color that I actually made by mixing a few different acrylics together, and I am just blending that into the yellow. Now I'm just encapsulating the flowers and then also encapsulating the ombre, more so over the actual middle of the nail, like where the blend is, and then more towards the bottom. And I was actually so sad to do this because I actually really liked the flowers and how they looked on their own without being encapsulated. But at that point, I didn't build up the nail because I was planning on encapsulating them, so I had no other option. I had to encapsulate them or they would just break too easily. So I was so upset about that because I liked the flowers how they were, but I had to do it and it still turned out nice, so. So then I'm going into my e-file and filing them, and I didn't really think this through because I ended up having to take off like some of the edges of the petals because I was more doing the 3D flowers like as if they were going to be a 3D flower like on top of the nail, how you do it if it was just on top. But since you're encapsulating it, I didn't realize like it would have to be smaller and like more on the front of the nail than like on the side, if that makes sense. Like if you were doing it on the top, it wouldn't really matter, but since it was going in the nail, it needed to be like more confined. So here's what they both look like once they're done with all the acrylic and filed. Now I'm just spraying them with alcohol and using like this piece of paper towel that I just had laying around and rubbed off all the dust. Normally I'd use like a smaller wipe, like an alcohol wipe, but I didn't have any near me, so I just used the paper towel that was already out. And then I put a top coat on them. This is Madame Glam's No Wipe top coat. But then, as you'll see in a second, I actually didn't love the way the flowers looked when they were covered in a top coat. I don't know why. I feel like the shininess of it almost distracts from the flower. So I ended up going back and taking off the No Wipe top coat and putting a matte top coat on the nails with the flowers, and this is what it looks like. And I don't know, I just feel like the effect is cooler. Like the right hand has the shiny and the left hand has the matte, and I don't know, I think the left hand looks better. Let me know which one you guys like better down below. So anyway, this is the finished set. I really hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and thank you so much for watching.